It's about challenging stigma, breaking down barriers, having a sense of community where local people can talk to another individual about mental health issues and not be afraid to do so.
It's telling the community, it's telling the society, actually, we're open about this. You know, we want to talk about this, we want to help and support our community with all the difficulties that come with having a mental health problem.
Trying to welcome people with mental health needs, trying to be alongside them, because actually we have mental health needs and issues ourselves, and we fool ourselves if we say we don't.
It started literally with myself and Sue Ball, and what we did is we just sent invitations around inviting people to come along who were interested in a week about mental health awareness.
We've had at least 450 volunteers who've given their time freely to run talks and workshops and creative experiences, or to try and break down stigma about mental health issues, to normalise it. We all know what to do if someone breaks their leg, if someone is hurting in their mind or heart. What do we do? How can we make a difference?
Anything from depression and anxiety, borderline personality disorder or schizophrenia, it affects literally every single person in some shape or form, either themselves in some way or a loved one or friends. So I think it is something that we should be made more aware of, understanding of the difficulties that people have as well.
People assume that people who become psychotic are dangerous. This is the theme that is constantly picked up on in the media. I think, is it any surprise that the general public are then fearful when we talk about psychosis?
To understand more and learn some information as well, so that they maybe not feel so as isolated or feel that they're the only one this is happening to.
There's no discrimination whatsoever, which I find is really, really cool, because you can just come in and talk and just be who you are, what you are, wherever you are. Meaning we're all caught in different situations in life, kind of thing.
By 2030, depression is going to be the #1 illness in the world.
Love Me, Love My Mind offers support for people who would not get this support from any other services.
Epsom Mental Health Week is a fantastic credit to the community in Epsom working to embrace people with mental health, challenging stigma that so many people feel as a result of feeling unwell through either emotional distress or a diagnosed mental illness.
1 in 100 people will experience schizophrenia in their lifetime.
It's very important to kind of bring awareness to mental health problems, how much it affects so many different people, and also kind of the stigma around having a mental health problem, because I think that is quite a huge problem. I think it stops a lot of people from seeking the help they might need, talking to others about what's going on.
With mental awareness, I think the hardest thing is that it's very much invisible.
Love Me, Love My Mind helped me, because actually I initially went to the drop-in, which was a Monday night. There was food there, there was pleasant people, very welcoming. If they weren't there at 4:30 in the evening till 7, for instance, when the services are closed, the only place you can go is Safe Haven and also A&E. Now, you don't really want to go to A&E because you end up being an inpatient. They have a Wednesday drop-in as well, which is very good for depression. It's more listening, it's more friendly, it's more empowering.
A nice safe place to go. You can do activities and have a meal. You get to know people.
Makes me give me something in life that I enjoy. Brings me out of myself and really helps me realise anybody can have mental health issues.
It's a fantastic community resource for people to come along where they're accepted and welcomed. Something for everyone as well.
I call it a movement, really. Embracing everyone. You can drop in or you can come to a full session. A fantastic opportunity, I think, to showcase a lot of good work that's going on.
The perception of mental health is changing slightly, noticing more and more that we all actually have mental health. It's not just to describe crazy people locked up in hospitals, it's also to describe people with mild depression or anxiety.
Investment, the way we talk about it, doesn't reflect that it's such a big issue in society for everyone.
I hope people in Epsom realise how lucky they are having Epsom Mental Health Week, because this is exactly what's needed. There is help out there, but we were also talking about how the fact is that so many people don't get help. It's good to talk, and that's Love Me, Love My Mind. I think the title says it all. It's about not being too scared of things.
So at NASCOP
We've got students who come in with a whole wide variety of mental health issues, body image issues, anxiety and stress. Some of them are carers for parents or siblings who are suffering from a whole variety of illnesses, diseases and disabilities. They're going through adolescence and they're finding themselves, finding their sexuality, their preferences, changing peer groups, changing school settings, to actually just stand back and say, you know what, it's all difficult, it's all stressful, but I can cope with this.
We're working with Mental Health Week and raise awareness that this local charity is based here, that they can go to their meetings and also get support and talk to other people about their issues as well. We're having the graffiti wall, a project that's done by students, but it's also open to the public. Drawing, chilling and letting yourself be creative is proven to relieve stress.
Depression, I think that's a really key one that lots of people don't like to admit to. When you do admit to it, people are often discarded. They don't know how to cry out for help. There are a lot of stereotypes, and so a lot of people don't want to admit to mental health issues because of those stereotypes. It's very hard to acknowledge that you're not alone, but you're not, and an event like this are very key to point out to people that a lot of people are around you and supportive of you and loving of you.
Yeah, I think it affects everyone. You don't have bad mental health or good mental health, you just have your state of mental health. For me personally, creativity is the saviour. Creativity is the medicine, but I don't think medication should be the way forward, but you know, I'm not a doctor.
I always describe depression or mental health and stuff as invisible, because the whole time the doctors are saying, oh, I'm not mental, like you always do, but you have to understand sometimes you need to take advice. I'm completely honest about mental health. I've tried to commit suicide 3 times. I used to be very quiet, so that's why I ended up where I did. But if you talk about something, if there's a problem, it needs to be communicated, and if it's not communicated, it can't be solved. Things like this really do help, so yeah, good on them for doing it. Anything really to keep you from going mental, like we all are really.
So the events that we have put on this week, including the labyrinth walk and the graffiti wall, that's all just about being able to be creative and reflective and to recognise that it's important that we are looking after our well-being, our mental health on a regular basis.
I do think it's a good thing it's on, and I've not heard of something that's so prominent and so well established in other places. So just fantastic that this year you've got into Nescott and you've come into us here at UCA. All of us here get stressed to have activities that help them to deal with that and calm down and carry on with their lives. It's a really good thing.
Well, you can see by the people that come and go, the footfall coming in and out of not only this building but at other events. People feel comfortable and able to express themselves and learn something, hopefully.
30 years ago, I had a massive nervous breakdown and physical injuries, and I've made an astounding recovery. It's left me with a tremendous love of people who aren't as fortunate as me.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to get to meet people and to talk openly about mental health.
Sue and Alan and a lot of other people down Lovely Love Mind helped me along the road to recovery and give me some good advice, and also the speak up with on Wednesdays has been a massive support. I picked up some good ideas and that right, and learned to live my life as it should be led without bad things in my life.
If we can help one individual in mental distress feel a bit of relief, or give them a safe place to come and talk about their illness, then we've kind of achieved what we were planning on doing.
So congratulations to Love Me, Love My Mind.